asking me, all right, here's the bar. This is what actual power systems engineers are asking questions of that they don't fully understand, that they still have to learn. And these are the things that are like intuitive to them. So I kind of figured that out early on, and I was like, oh crap, I need to really dig into it, and like I'll buy the on demand. And then since I figured, hey, the company's going to reimburse it, might as well utilize the live courses as well. Because if I wasn't busy at work, so around holiday seasons, I just crammed all that information within 3 weeks.
So within about 2 to 3 weeks, you were able to go through a lot of stuff during holidays from the on-demand course.
I would say probably the study guide helps with the practical side, and then the confidence, like just keeping up the motion of it, is the on demand.
Hi, Richard.
You will see.
How's it going?
It's going. It's going. But
So congratulations, Richard, on passing your PE Power exam in the first attempt, right?
yes, that is correct. And within 3.25 years out of graduation, so it's a pretty good feeling.
Right. And you had passed your FE1?
Yes, that was also in one try. And that was also due to your study guide. So,
Right. So for FE, you just used the study guide, but for PE,
no,
you decided to go ahead with the program.
yeah. So I actually bought the study guide, like this one, the blue one, third edition.
For PE Power, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's updated to the CVT, but I bought that thinking I could replicate the FE exam, and then
Right.
I kind of a little bit deeper, and I was like, wait a minute, these tests don't really seem exactly the same. So it's not as plug and chug, do the questions and you're good.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured that out early on, and I was like, oh crap, I need to really dig into it, and like I'll buy the on demand. And then since I figured, hey, the company's going to reimburse it, might as well utilize the live courses as well. So
Right.
I'm in my package as well.
Yeah. And when did you enroll in the live training program?
It was actually like a month prior to the classes starting, because that's when I really got into it.
Right.
So that, yeah.
And you were ahead of the class in terms of the on-demand content because you had the opportunity because of that extra time that you got before the live training started to go through a lot of that stuff on your own, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I used your tracking sheet. Pretty much I spent like double the time that the running allocation put up to, which was maybe like 160 or something. But I pretty much put in 250 straight off the bat, like within 3 weeks, and I crammed that all in because if I wasn't busy at work, so around holiday seasons, I just crammed all that information within 3 weeks.
So within about 2 to 3 weeks, you were able to go through a lot of stuff during holidays from the on-demand course. Okay, so tell me about your PE Power exam preparation journey, Richard. What did you perceive about the exam initially, and was there any adjustment in terms of your exam preparation strategy? How many hours on a weekly basis once you got started with the live training you were putting in? What was your routine like, so that others can also benefit from it?
Yeah. So because I kind of took it with a different approach, just trying to get a scope of the test, I took the on demand, and I did that within 3 weeks time, just to cram and just kind of get a feel for it, and then kind of worked my way down from there, see what weaknesses I had, what strengths I had, things that I kind of learned again from like what I had previously was supposed to learn from undergrad. But back then I kind of just got a gist of it, not really fundamentally understanding like, hey, this is really how it works. But the on demand definitely taught me as I went through it, and then during the live lectures that reinforced it even more. But so after that initial 3 weeks, I pretty much took it on pace with your live class. And I said, I'm going to do the homeworks leading up to it, just straight off the study guides. Luckily, because I did the on demand previously, I just said, hey, like, if I really need to refer to it, I'll rewatch it. I'll do the mini exams. Like, initially, I had done mini exams right before every live lecture, just to make sure I'm still like on pace. Granted, about halfway through, it probably slowed down a little bit because
Right.
things were a little bit more complicated, a little bit more in depth, took a little bit more time. So I kind of just stuck with the study guide from like about halfway through.
Right.
Yeah. So
And in terms of number of hours that you're putting in on a weekly basis once the live training started, what did it look like?
it was probably about like a good 2 to 3 hours a day on average. And then on the weekends, it would pretty much be the live lectures. And then after the live lectures, an additional like 5 to 8 hours, depending on the weekend.
Over the weekend. So all in all, 15 hours, 14 to 15 hours of studying during the weekdays, and the live training is about 6 hours, and then throw in five. So you were putting in 25 plus hours, right? And that was for 3 months straight?
I'd probably say probably like 20, a little bit.
20?
Like,
Okay.
yes, it
So
wasn't
20
as
hours? Sure. For 3 straight months, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then once the live training ended, you also did my practice exams, the NCA sample exams. Well, there's one exam, NCA sample exam. And then after doing my practice exam number 2, we hopped on a Zoom call, reviewed your exam performance, identified some weak areas. I think you were struggling a little bit with per unit, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit of induction synchronous machines, but you still had a few days before the exam, so you were able to work through all of that stuff, firm it up, right? How were the practice exams?
The practice exams were pretty much it. Like the way I looked at it was your practice exam number 1 is pretty much reflected on what you have to know on like the first half, like more analytical portion of the actual exam, and then
Mhm.
your practice exam number 2 pretty much covers the more theoretical, conceptual things that you kind of have to know for the second half of the actual exam. So that's
Right.
what I really those two. And it's not like the exam is so in depth and encompassing that it's difficult to put it just into 80 questions. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
and
So what part of your study approach and which resource of the 3 4 resources that you used helped you do the most? So let's look at the strategy, like in terms of your mindset and how you were approaching, what study style or what mindset helped you the most during your preparation?
I would say probably the study guide helps with the practical side. And then the confidence, like just keeping up the motion of it, is the on demand. Because if I could keep up with the study guide and then after during the live lectures, it's pretty much with everybody else. And
Right.
that kind of said to me, all right, here's the bar. This is what actual power systems engineers are asking the questions of that they don't fully understand, that they still have to learn. And these are the things that are like intuitive to them, right? So to me, all that is brand new. So I needed a gauge on easy, medium, and hard on
Right.
even on their aspect as well.
Yeah, and you were able to gauge that by participating in the live training, because there were a lot of other guys and girls in the class who were much experienced than you. You are 3.5 years out of school, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So there were a lot of students over there who have 10 plus years of experience. And when they were asking those questions, that basically gave you an idea of, even these guys are struggling in this topic, or that's how they're approaching a given problem, or, this is the background and this and that. So that helped you. And study guide, obviously, with the practice problems. So given the fact that you were relatively recent out of school, how did the course help you with some of those topics like codes and standards, which you probably haven't had it hands-on experience with, or maybe on the practical side of things?
Yeah. So the codes and standards, that one was just more trying to get used to it because I was given the NEC at work, but I never really had to flip through the pages. Like other people use it, but then I was like, wait a minute, since I got it, why don't I just flip along with you guys? So it kind of exposed me a little bit more onto where it could apply, and
Mm-hmm.
even if it's that I don't really have to dig into, I personally, out of curiosity, did so. Right.
Right.
I remember for work one time, it's like, what's the distance of motor controller to the fire pump and stuff, right? So I was just out of curiosity, let me validate that, and yeah, I
Right.
did. a lot with that.
So when you went through the course and you had those, multi-part lecture series and discussions and practice problems and assignments, it did give you that confidence and familiarity with NEC to navigate it more comfortably.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations, Richard. A lot of people who start thinking about PE licensure after 5 years of working, and you've got both the FE exam done, you've got the PE exam done. Now, I guess you just have to wait a few more months for your licensing, and you can get the documentation started. And very soon you're going to be a PE. So kudos to you for being proactive with your career. And trust me, the level of effort that you put in and the results that you've obtained, they're going to go a long way in helping you with the long career ahead of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm still learning to realize that, hey, this is a lifelong achievement. It's something that will help me holistically, right? It's not just like a one and done deal. So I'm still kind of realizing that myself. Luckily, I have like my support system, my friends, my family, my coworkers. They're congratulating me and saying like, this is huge.
Yeah,
And I'm still coming to terms with that. So
that's good. That's good. So congrats, Richard, and all the best to you for the rest of your career. Thank you.